Hello everybody and welcome to Sigurabana Randomizer Weekly Seed. Number 171, we got a matchup today between Chocosura and PyanoTheYoshi. We are actually listening to Piano's game sounds and music this time around, since he doesn't have voice in any of his VODs, which is nice. Go ahead and talk to your community, but if not, it's cool that I can use your sound effects. So we'll be listening to whatever's going on their screen today. Nice little treat for us. Let's check out our settings. We're starting with the Sprite, but as you can see, we have 50 hit points, which means the Sprite is the boy. So already some stuff going on there. Getting a bow orb at the bottom, starting with the spear. We're also starting in the Elder's house, which means we need to find the Flammie Drum in Logic. And we get a hint that Salamando is needed for the Grand Palace, and that is important because it is a vanilla long goal. We're also starting with 400 gold, so Piano is going to check out to see what the shop has here. Go ahead and pick up some items. Chocosura doing the same thing. How many elbow pads are we getting? Just one. Chocosura also just getting one, but not getting any candy, saving the rest of his money. So both of them going ahead and putting on elbow pads. And making a save. Chocosura doing the same thing. So I guess they're both about to drop down and see what the boss is at the Mantis Ant location. Let's go ahead and talk about the rest of the settings. We have a vanilla long goal, so that means we have to go through the Grand Palace and unlock all of the orbs. Oh, Piano actually headed out, and Chocosura gonna drop in. And it is, not Spring Break, the other one, Axebeak, Firebird. And Chocosura says, nah, not with the Sprite, even though the Sprite is the boy, but not with the spear. So now taking some of the leftover money that they started with, Piano and Choco soon to do the same thing, and be blasting off to get the freebies at Upperland. Same hint from that sign, needed Salamando. So as we said, it's allowing locked items this time around with the difficulty, or with the complexity rather. So it may be that certain items are locked behind themselves, or not, you're not able to get them, but nothing that isn't already required to complete the seed. We're finding the Flammie Drum in Logic. As I said, the enemy growth match player level. That's normal. Bosses are swapped, but we have random boss elements. Ooh! I did not see what that was. I was looking off to the side, but we're going to see what that orb is in just a second on Choco's side. I'll be sure to hyper-focus over there. But both of them on the way to the Moogle village right now to get the chests. Sylphid. I got a bow orb. Piano just doing a full reset. Not even keeping any of that stuff. So dropping that bow orb. And going back to the start of the game, the Bodos area. So what was it? It was a bow orb, and what was the second chest? It wasn't that important. Dark Seeds in the early game area. I didn't see what it was. Again, it must have been just another orb. I have too much to read. I need to cross my eyes the opposite way. Oh, you only need 3 elements to get through the Grand Palace. Interesting. Okay. Mech Rider 3 prize is a weapon orb, so when you finish the Grand Palace, it's just going to give you a weapon orb. Alright, so, nothing important at Moogle Village. Earth Seeds at where a Mana Seed should be, so that's at a Mana Pedestal. And Dark Seed is early. Okay, so we've seen some hints, we've seen a lot of drops. Piano's taking stock of all of these hints and is deciding where to go. Let's see. Starting with the Sprite, but all rolls are random. And that means you can have duplicate rolls. It's not just swapped. So we could have multiple Sprites, you know. Or right now, we don't have any Sprites. We have a Sprite in body only, but not in spirit. Neither Grand Palace, Sylphid. Okay, so needing Sylphid, needing Salamando, knowing that we have random rolls and that the Sprite that we picked up is not the Sprite, it is very much leading me to believe that there is no Sprite this seed. And that one of the characters will be the girl, and that's the only magic you'll get. Because with 3 elements needed to trigger the Grand Palace or get through it, that would be everything that the girl can cast on enemies or on orbs, which would be Sylphid, Salamando, Lumina. So I guess this is a spriteless seed, and we will either have, we're either going to have 2 boys or 2 girls. But the girl is definitely in play. As far as characters actually you know, their effect, not just the what the characters look like, but how the characters play. All right, we got a lot of more checks to go through. The opening of these seeds is always such an information dump. Piano getting silenced and getting the controls swapped by that blasted owl. What do we have here in the shop? Chain Vest is affordable. We also have some other stuff. Now remember, even though the sprite is the character, it's played as the boy. So some of those items that are usually worn by the sprite cannot be worn by the sprite this time. It can be very confusing going through and accidentally buying stuff for a character. There's Gnome, which normally would be a cause for celebration. Yep, Sylphid is... Yeah, I think this is a spriteless seed. This would be very weird if this were not a spriteless seed with all of the God, all these bow orbs. All of the information that is definitely hinting towards us doing a spriteless seed. Moogle Belt found down below, and Choco is going to bail out of that. And make a save to save scum these bosses. Piano now dropping down into guys and able to pick up a bow orb. And we'll be finding out about the Earth Palace here. There's Gnome. So Choco is going to start his first fight against, what is it, Tropicalo? And it's a Lumina Spiky Tiger? Or possibly Lumina Blue Spike. It's really hard to tell the difference between the base colors. Piano coming here and just having enough for a Chain Vest. And is going to invest? Maybe? Nope. Is not going to invest in the vest. So Piano also coming into the inn to make a save. Choco getting eaten from the other side of the spikes. And not taking any damage, so that's nice. Okay, so this is a blue spike. Which Choco is about... I forget what the percentage is. It's like 75% of the way through. And getting a nice crit, so should be done pretty soon. Probably the next hit will do it. Yep, there it is. So Spiky, blue spike, goes down. Piano dropping down into the hole to pick up the Moogle Belt. And is going to fight this boss, first and foremost. So the other boss that we have down here... So we're supposed to have SWAT bosses. We've got a dark robot down here. What do we get? We get a bow orb, another bow orb. Neat. Nothing. And the Dryad Seed. Choco is going to keep that. Why not? So let's keep talking about our settings while all this is going on. Once again, fully randomized rolls. We could have multiple rolls. Started with 400 gold. We saw that. No chest drops. So the enemies are not going to drop any chests along the way. Gold is normal. Everything else is the usual stuff as well. So that's the end of our settings. So it's swapped bosses, random boss elements, vanilla long, randomized characters. Find the flammieDrumInLogic. Alright, so Choco is starting his fight while Piano just finished his up with this dark robot. Let's see if it's worthwhile. Spear orb and nothing. Are you going to keep that? It's an orb? No. Okay, Piano doesn't keep that fight, even though it's an orb for a weapon that he has right now. That's a tough choice. That it's an orb, but it's an orb for a weapon that you have and nothing. Even if you got 2 weapon orbs, you know. So now Piano is going to start against this light blue spike. And Choco's still digging in, taking down the dark robot. Probably will also save scum this boss fight. That's a tough... Yeah, that sucks. It's like, cool, I got an orb for a weapon that I actually have, considering I have a boy character right now. That's going to give me extra damage, but I don't get anything else. And it's just like, this just isn't worth it to make all the enemies more difficult. Choco also, yeah. Nobody's saving that spear orb. Even if it had been a spear and then an orb for a weapon that you don't have, it's like, it's something. But spear orb plus nothing is just... Nah. Alright, so Choco is done with everything in the dwarf village and is now headed to the magic rope chest. Piano has a couple more hits left to deal to this blue spike before it goes down. Probably 1 or 2 more hits. Oh, jumps away. Says not yet. All right. And Choco picks up a bow orb. And Piano will be getting a bow orb, nothing, and the Dryad Seed. We'll see if he decides to keep that. Begrudgingly hangs on to it. Yeah, I could feel through time and space, through the screen itself, him going, okay, and Piano did save scum this boss fight as well as picking up the Moogle Belt, so he's dropping back in to get the Moogle Belt and leaving. Choco now coming south to Kippo Village. Piano's already been here to check out the goods. And Piano now going to the dwarf shop. Oh, it's a bunch of expensive stuff. You're not gonna get any of that unless the seed goes on a long time. So Piano is going to decide to get that chain vest. And now Choco is on his way back to Pandora, the long way. And we'll see what Piano decides to do, if he decides to hoof it back to Pandora or go north to the cannon travel. It looks like we'll find that out in just a second. He's got another loop to go to spiral up out of. Oh, he's gonna get slept on the stairs. Well, we'll find out in about 15 seconds. Choco, coming to Pandora, is gonna at least check this sign out the north exit. Fire Seed mid-game. Okay, well, a lot of hints for seeds, but this is not a Mana True Revival. Yeah, okay, Piano is also going to be walking back to Pandora. Choco checking the shop here. Shop number 1 in Pandora. Gold vest may be something to write down to come back to, but for now is outside of everybody's price range. Oh, and Choco, it's just, okay, I've got a level 1 spear and a chain vest. Piano's Moogle, was like skating along, wasn't taking steps, wasn't doing a step animation. But yeah, Choco just going, all right, I've got an elbow pad and a chain vest. Oh my gosh, and owls. Oh no, the owls. I feel confident that I can take down whatever's at wall face. So Piano doing the same sequence of stuff is just a little bit behind Choco. And that came to, I don't know if there was some sort of technical stuff that he was looking at, but when he froze up on the way to Water Palace before going into the Haunted Forest and roping to the front of it to get to Guy's Navel, Piano just kind of sat for a little bit, and I don't know if he was checking something on the recording side. So Choco has made it to the boss at Pandora Ruins, while Piano is just starting his venture through the ruins. So what are we dropping into? What is our boss today? Is it a dragon? No, oh my gosh, okay. Well, it's good to get this boss out of the way. It is Dark Watermelon. A grapple lion, whatever the actual name is. So that's kind of nice to go ahead and fight this boss early on, since it won't have a large mana pool to cast from. And also Evil Gate, level 0, is not going to be that damaging. So when it spams all of its magic out, should be fine. Though I don't think Choco ever bought any candy. I have not seen. You know, I can't keep up with everything. I'm trying my best here. Piano, I know, at the very beginning at Potos, loaded up on candy as well as So both of our characters... I love that joke name that just popped up. We may see... Yeah, there it is on Choco's side. It's just, I don't know if that is a different language name for it, or if it's just like, you know, you get halfway through the name and then you roll your face across the keyboard as a joke. There are a few other joke names like that that Moppleton has put into the randomizer. All right, so, yes, this boss was easy enough to take down. So Piano will be finishing his fight in a little bit, unless he gets pinned up against the wall and just doesn't make it. All right, Choco is going to get a Boomerang Orb. The Sea Hare Tail, I'm not going to deal with that for quite some time. Well, maybe not. Maybe find the Flammie Drum very quickly. So Choco has unlocked the treasury room. So talking to the girl will be a check. The treasury room is 6 more checks. And Choco is going to check out this newly opened armor shop here in Pandora that happens after you beat the wall-face boss. Oh, there's stuff you can actually afford. Now remember, hold on, wait. Yeah. Choco decides not to buy anything, not even a bandana. But he hovered over the tiara for a second and went, wait a minute. This only looks like the sprite, plays like the boy. He can't wear it. And I think it's because the sprite's character face didn't show up in the shop that he went, oh, never mind. You're not going to trick me. You're not going to get me this time. All right, a Boomerang Orb and the Sea Hare Tail picked up by Piano. All right, what do we have at the girl? Check on Choco's side. It's a Sword Orb. Since we're going through the Grand Palace and the Mana Fortress, we will need the whip. We will need a cutting weapon in order to get to go mode. Nope, and there is the girl, but what is the girl? And the girl will also have a weapon. We'll see that in a second. There's a whip orb, a boomerang orb, a spear orb, the sword, okay, a cutting weapon, and $600. And the girl is the girl. And has the bow. Because you're finding the character at the same level, Piano taking a little bit of time to talk to the Pokemon lady, just showing off. Because the characters are found at the same level, if the girl had the same hit points as the sprite character, we'd know that they were both the same character, both playing the boy. But because the girl had different hit points, you know this is a different character than the boy. And since we've gotten a lot of hints so far that this is more than likely a spriteless seed, that the girl is the girl. So there's the girl and the bow, found by Piano. And all the other good stuff. Choco buying a Kung Fu suit and a few other things down here at the shop. So still no Flammie Drum. Oh! But yes, we do have Gnome, which means that we have auto run. And Piano's taking advantage of that right now to speed up through the game. Oh, and is actually just going to go ahead and level up Gnome since he has a seed and can make a stop here at the inn. So I think that was a pretty smart move, that you're already moving past a cheap place to stay. Go ahead and get Gnome to level 1, just to extend the amount of time that speed up lasts. Both runners coming back to the opening area now. They could check the boss, and also now that they have a sword, they can go back to the where the sword is normally found. They can cut through those bushes to get to the beginning of the game. So this is, since these are random boss elements, as much as this looks like, yep, as much as this looks like Axebeak, this is in fact Lunabeak, Moonbeak, which Choco is fighting now at Mantis Ant. Piano making the save and going ahead to go to the sword pedestal in the river to check what that shop is. Doubling back real quick. Hold on. What was this hint on the sign? Is it important? Yeah, okay. So there it is. We've got hints at all three. Lumina, Sylphid, Salamando. There's no sprite in this seed. which means no attack magic. Can't nuke things down. You are going to have to spend money to upgrade weapons if you want a chance to get through these bosses, which means the boss fights take a little bit longer, but... Sylphid magic, okay, that is hard required. And Piano is going to run everybody back. There's a sword orb and nothing, and Choco does not keep that. So we're going to see Piano come back and fight this boss, and probably do the same thing. Making a save before fighting the boss, and now Choco, from his hard save that he scummed out the Moonbeak fight, is now on his way to the sword pedestal, is going to cast auto run as well, speed up from the gnome. And there he gets his information. Yep, okay, Lumina, Salamando, Sylphid, Spriteless Seed, has to be. So Choco will be picking up Sylphid in just a second. And Piano will be dropping in to fight Moonbeak here. Alright, there's Choco picking up his Sylphid magic and going, well, good. Okay, neat. Like, this is, everybody has to do this, so it's not a time loss. This is a thing that everyone has to do, so... I guess I'll run back. I guess I'll keep it. So now it'll be interesting whether or not the third character, the boy, is a second boy or a second girl, and whether or not they're findable. It may be that that character is just, like, on the Mana Fortress. Or is possibly a locked character. Like, in a place where you normally can't unlock them. Since we are allowing locked items this time around. Piano dealing some constant damage to Moonbeak. There we go. Okay. But once again, it's the same thing that we saw with the fight against the Dark Robot. You're going to get an orb for a weapon that you have and then nothing. And knowing now that we're not going to have a Sprite this seed, do you keep that orb for that weapon? Or do you go, nah, this ain't worth it. So it'll be a sword orb and nothing. Probably will not keep it. Yep, reset. Okay, Choco, now coming north to the waterfall to go fight the boss at Undine Cave. We'll see where Piano decides to go. We have a Dark Minotaur? Yes. Piano dodging the sleep and turning into a Moogle. So yeah, both runners coming here to fight. So this is, yeah, Gorgon Bull. Saw the transformation right there. He got angry on Choco's screen. And now Piano is showing up. So both runners in lockstep doing the same checks. That's kind of the way that these FlammieDrumInLogic seeds run. Is you only have so much access at the beginning, and you kind of wind up doing a lot of the same checks in the same order. There's not a lot of divergence. Because you don't want to leave anything behind. It takes so long to get back somewhere. Alright, Choco takes down the Gorgon Bull, gets an Axe Orb. We'll see if he decides to keep that. Axe, money, and Axe Orb. So double Axe Orb, but 1,400 gold is a lot of money. Yeah, okay. I was about to say, even though it's nothing for progression, 1,400 gold is nice. Because you're going to need money this seed to level up weapons. And of course always for armor, but especially this time around, you can't just run around with, like, level 1 weapons and let the sprite do all the work. There is no sprite. You've got to level things up. So, Choco now going to Upper Land with a lot of money. All right, there's the Axe Orb. We'll see if Piano decides to... I mean, 1,600 gold is a lot. Or 1,400. It was 1,400 gold. Is a lot of gold to just leave on the table because you didn't get something necessary. Yeah. See, I feel that that's the same thing with those bosses, that it would have been, here's a Sword Orb or a Spear Orb and, like, 600 gold. It's like, well, I'll keep it. Or even, like, 2 Spear Orbs. Like, you know, an orb for... 2 orbs for a weapon that I have is like, I'll keep that because there's no sprite this seed. Alright, so Choco is going to crack open the Upperland Forest orb first. Piano is sprinting to the cannon travel to do the same thing. So now, where will Choco decide to go? Okay, going to Kakara first. Can't get into Batango, they don't have an axe. So then your choice becomes desert versus ice country. Alright, here comes Piano's run through the Upperland Forest. Choco lands in the desert, and can go ahead and turn in that sea hare tail. And it's $1,000. Nice. Worth. Nothing that you can buy here, really. Piano coming and getting a bow orb and a whip orb from... the chest here in Moogle Village. Both characters leveling up weapons now. So we're going to see them go ahead and level up that sword, level up the spear for Piano. Okay, we have a dark and strength on the sword, which Choco seems kind of meh about. I mean, go ahead and level up. You have the money. Go ahead and, like, just get everything up 1 level at least. Fire damage on the bow. And Choco re-enters to level it up again. Levels up the spear, and levels up the bow 1 more time. Piano cracks open the orb here in... Okay, so what do we have? Perfect hit rate, ice, and then we have dark and con on the bow. Choco, talking to Watts 1 more time, has talked to Watts like 5 times in a row now. Levels up the bow 1 more time. 800 gold is a lot to spend. You got Big Chungus. The Big Chungus bow is going to give us perfect hit rate and con and slow. Oh, Lord. I love these, some of these random... Oh, Choco just goes, nah, not worth it. He's going to do a full reset and is going to be back. Oh, wow. So that puts him and Piano now lockstep. I mean, like, literally, you're seeing the text boxes scroll at the same time. All right, so we're back even. So Choco undid the 1,000 gold that he picked up, too. Is he going back to Kakara? Yep, okay, back to Kakara. He just undid all of the purchases that he did. He didn't feel like any of the weapon orbs. Or maybe not all of the bow weapon upgrades were necessary. So Choco picks up that 1,000 gold and is going to level up a couple of things here at Watts. Piano doesn't see anything that he wants here at this merchant. Turns in the sea hare tail for himself and gets $1,000. And now to talk to Watts. Oh, making a save first. So Piano's going to make a hard save here. And Choco is headed to Southtown, into the Empire. It's a little bit of divergence here. Alright. Yeah, because there is no sprite, I think this is a good play right here. That Piano only has one of the 3 elements that the girl can use to target orbs. But you may be able to get into the Fire Palace here. So Choco is landing at Southtown, is going to go talk to Mara and get a freebie from her. Potentially. Mara, a lot of times, is just like, nah, nothing. I don't know why that is. It seems like Mara, a lot of times, gives nothing. There's a Javelin Orb. Okay. And we're going to see what this first orb in Fire Palace is. It is Salamando. Womp womp. Okay. So Choco is going to shop Piano, doing a hard reset after finding that information to teleport back to Kakara. What do we have here at the Southtown shop? Ooh, okay, we've got raccoon caps. That's good. Piano not upgrading anything. Let's see where he decides to go. Southtown as well. All right. So yeah, spiky suit, raccoon caps. These are finally some good weapon, armor upgrades. We haven't seen any armor purchases in a little bit. The girl gets the sweaty chain vest that the sprite has been wearing the whole seed. Goes, here you go. Hand-me-downs. Enjoy some better armor. Say thank you. Thank you. But no hat. No fancy hat. I get the fancy hat. Okay. Alright, Choco's on his way through the sewers now between Southtown and Northtown. Piano coming here to talk to Mara and get this Javelin Orb. Gonna go ahead and mark that. And we'll probably do some shopping as well before heading through the sewers. Sewers is just a lot of tight corners. You're going to be in close contact with a lot of enemies. It's good to see if you can get some armor before going in so you can just kind of push people out of the way and not take damage. Choco getting the Sprite burst. See, Piano's so nice. Bought 2 hats. Also, Piano told me about this when I told him that I was going to be using his VOD. He said, at some point, going through the game, I press something or something happens with my timer, and I eventually fix it. So, but I mean, we've got Choco's timer up. We know that they're running at the same pace, so it's not a big deal. But Piano gets 2 raccoon caps, which I think is smart. All right. Oh, no, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to Chrissy. Chrissy, never mind. I didn't want to talk to you. You didn't give me anything helpful. All right, Choco has made it to Northtown Castle. Is going to check Northtown, just Northtown in general. He's going to check the shop real quick. Chest guard, power wrist. There we go. Should get a power wrist for the boy. Might as well pick up 2, just in case you find a second boy. But yay, power wrist. Choco, thinking about that Frosty Ring, decides to get a chest guard for the girl, so that'll be an upgrade armor for her. And Piano has made it through the sewers and is now in Northtown. Yeah, big increase in defense there, from 10 to 28. So, good looking out to find this shop here. And a little high five from our runners here as they're sprinting through the streets in parallel universes. Choco headed to the Northtown Castle area first to get these freebies. Absolutely nukes a Tomato Man. Piano getting 2 power wrists. All right, what do we have here? It's the Wind Seed and Luna. Okay, cool. Luna's a great find. That gives us Luna, or Moon Magic. That gives us Moon Energy. Yeah, Luna, whatever. Luna Magic and Moon Energy. I can't remember the names of it. It's the one that gives you crits, auto crits, and then the thing that gives you... It lowers your evade, but it increases your attack rate or something like that. Increases your... There's the axe. Okay. So, the axe here is interesting. That means you can backtrack and go to Matango. But you can't complete Matango. You can get the freebie there. Since you don't have the whip, you can't go through the cave. That means that you can go now to LNA's castle. What else does the axe give us? Stuff to do. Not much else. But that just is like, cool, we can do a lot of backtracking. Alright, so Piano gets the freebies, leaves the castle, and is headed to the ruins now to get these freebies. Choco, instead, is staying in one location and going ahead and clearing the bosses after making a save. We got a snake. In the pit, it is a white snake, so that is an everything snake. Lunar Boost and Moon Energy, that's what it is. Yeah, Lunar Boost is... it's extra attack damage, but it lowers your evade. Or not extra attack. I don't know. I'm trying to remember what the text says. There's an axe orb for Piano. Alright. So a lot of orbs now for the axe. That could be a weapon that you decide to swap to once you level it up. Choco waiting to lay out a big hit on the snake. Danger Noodle. So that means this is the Dragon Worm. Alright, what else do we have here? A Boomerang Orb. Alright, Piano, are you going to dive the third chest? Potentially. No. Leaving Northtown Ruins. Maybe not. I guess Danger Noodle is just the normal snake. I thought that was the Dragon Worm, but it's not casting... any of the special abilities that the Dragon Worm normally casts. Alright. Piano coming back now to Northtown Castle is going to drop down and start fighting the White Snake in just a second. Nope. Choco gets faked out. The snake was on that trajectory to get that attack in and decides to just stop. So he winds up swinging his sword wildly through the air at nothing. Hate to see it. Oh, it happens a second time! He gets faked out by the snake, just deciding to stop and hiss. Alright. Piano. Alright, there goes the snake. Is this worth our time? We got an Axe Orb, another Axe Orb, and the Fire Seed. Choco is going to keep that. Alright. So the Fire Seed... we have not gotten a hint about... I don't think we've gotten a hint about the Fire Seed yet. It being something. But still, that is, you know, more levels for the girl to gain for her magic. So that's important. And there's an Axe Orb and the Fire Seed for Piano as well, which he will keep. Yes. Okay. So now, both of our runners are going to be climbing up to the top to fight whatever is at Mech Rider. Alright, Choco hitting the switch, and we'll see what the boss is in just a second. It is Mech. What kind of Mech Rider? What flavor Mech Rider do we have today? Undine? It's a new blue bike. Is this may be an Undine Rider. Yeah. That was some Cure Water. So both our runners fighting this Undine Rider at the top of Northtown Castle. Potentially for Something useful? All right, there goes Piano's timer completely. It's dead. Rip. So yeah, both of them using the... I mean, it's a great thing. Look, if you're not going to have a sprite, having a girl, as well as having Gnome and Luna, is like the next best thing. If you're not going to be able to nuke down the enemy, at least be able to fast charge and crit. Alright, so Choco takes down the Mech Rider. Piano still fighting through his battle. We'll see what the drop is. We have a Spear Orb and 600 bucks. We don't have a reset from Choco. Alright, so he's keeping that. I mean, that 600 bucks will pay for a spear upgrade. Something. So Choco making a hard save after that and is going to go to Northtown Ruins now. And Piano will be picking up a Spear Orb and 600 bucks. Probably will be keeping it. Because otherwise he has to fight the snake again. Because there wasn't a save between boss fights, yeah. Yep. So, it's something. So now Choco going through and getting his 2 freebie chests on the balconies outside. There's an Axe Orb. Piano making a save. We'll see if he decides to also level up a weapon while he's here. Nope. Alright, so once again, our runners are going to be about even, as Piano has already been here and has gotten the 2 chests on the 2 outside balconies. So now it's technically ahead of Choco. Choco picks up a Boomerang Orb and is headed back inside, and will be right behind Piano. So we've had a little bit of a swapperoo here. Yeah, Choco just had I think it was just like a slower fight against the snake, because it kept, there were a couple of charged shots that he had that, the snake stopped and feinted and, dodged that damage. Alright, Piano running to the first switch here to unlock access to the second switch, as well as access to the third chest. Alright. High five. Bip. Choco on his way now to hit the switch. And Piano on his way to the third chest. Let's see what it is for our runners. A Whip Orb. Alright. Not particularly helpful. Piano's timer is back. Welcome back, timer. And here's Choco picking up his Whip Orb as well. Alright, and Piano is about to start his fight against whatever is at the dark wall face. And it is normal... What is going on here? What is this coloring? Wait, is this dark wall face but gnome? So that it doesn't look like normal wall face? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Or maybe Salamando. This may be... So both of our runners starting the fight against the wall. Big crit there. Good damage. Oh! Piano getting cast on mid-swing. Not fun. Wallface fears Undine. Okay. Nice. And this is just Wallface. This isn't Doom Wall. So I think that... I don't know what kind of, weapon... I feel like they've... Some of the weapons that they've started with have been... Frost weapons. They don't have, Undine, so they can't cast, Frost Sword on their weapons. But still getting through the boss pretty quickly. Piano takes down Wallface. Choco getting another cast of Moon Energy in. Big crit there. Big damage. Alright, let's see what our drop is. A Whip Orb and a Sword Orb. Alright, gonna keep that and talk to Diluck. Oh my gosh, Choco getting frozen. The girl is in a chest. Already found him. Thanks. We already found your girl. Choco was getting frozen mid-swing. Alright, Hexus is here in the back of the ruins. Choco has just a couple more hits to deal to the middle eye, and we'll be done in a second. Alright, Wallface drops for Choco. Oh no, Piano getting that Dispel Magic and having to recharge. Luckily, he has Fast Charge from Speed Up. There's a Whip Orb and a Sword Orb for Choco. Alright. Hexus goes down for Piano. Let's see if this is necessary. Now, Piano's already been here for the two chests on the outside. The back chest was just a Weapon Orb. Let's see if he decides to save scum this whole adventure. A Javelin Orb and... Nope. Alright. All magics have been found. We have cutting weapons. We need a whip, and we need the ding old dang old drum. So we're going backwards now through the seed. Everything has been cleared in Northtown. Piano trying to decide... Level up some weapons, yeah, before making the trek back through the sewers. Choco in his fight with Hexus right now. Is using the girl with the bow right now. Which I think is a fire bow, and Hexus just transformed into casting fire spells, so that bow will not be as helpful right now in this particular mode. Oh my gosh, Choco's just having a time. This Hexus is being really rude to him. Alright, Piano diving back into the sewers is going to be on his way to Southtown. Alright, another 260 health on this Hexus. That's a good hit right there. Alright. Less than half of that remaining health. Remaining. It's the remainder. Alright, Hexus goes down for Choco. That will be Lumina Magic as well as a Weapon Orb. Piano has made it back to Southtown. Is going to be rocketing off somewhere. Oh, my bad. We are still missing Salamando. Just thought about that. We are missing Salamando. And there it is. There's that hint. I think it's just because we saw a bunch of Salamando being cast, and that we've been to Fire Palace already, and that we've seen Salamando listed so many times on signs. Then I'm like, oh yeah, we have Salamando. We do not. So we need Salamando still. Somewhere out there. So Choco now has to do this long trek back to Southtown as well. Piano coming back to Kakara. Oh man, there's a difference in, I guess, information. Is that Piano ran all the way back through the sewers, and Choco just used the magic rope to get back to the front of the sewers. Because of the way the vanilla game goes, you know, you normally only travel through the sewers that one time, one way, from Southtown to Northtown. So Southtown entrance is considered the quote-unquote entrance of the dungeon, and so using the rope sends you to the entrance of the dungeon, which is back to Southtown. So Choco saves some time there by just roping back to Southtown, while Piano ran through the sewers. Piano, coming to Ice Country, is going to check the shop real quick before heading out into the cold. Expensive. Expansive armor. Not going to be dealing with that. No weapon upgrades either. Piano's just headed out. So first to Santa's house for the freebie. Choco picking up an Ivy Amulet, which is good defense and also prevents that character from getting poisoned, I believe. Mitch Hedberg at the Rudolph. 2,000 bucks? All right. It ain't the Flammie Drum, but thank you for your generous donation, Santa. Oh, and Choco's now going to the Fire Palace after finding... So his thinking is, okay, I've got Sylphid, I've got Lumina. Surely I can just get into the Fire Palace. 2 out of 3. There's no way the Fire Palace orb will be vanilla. All right, what do we have here? Oh, it is a stone tonpole, which is going to upgrade into something. A different flavor lizard. Into, it looks like Lumina Lizard. Choco gets that hint about the Fire Orb, the Salamander Orb, and save scums. And the Pakun Lizard will be going down in just a second. Choco now on his way via cannon travel to the Ice Country. Uh-oh. Piano getting his weapons turned to light. There's a Boomerang Orb. Choco going to check the shop here at Ice Country. What do we have? Nothing! It's an empty furnace in the middle of an abandoned town. What did you expect? Alright, so no Whip Orb. Piano is going to be able to fight a single boss here in Ice Palace. Choco taking a little bit of time to level up weapons. Doesn't have much money, but can at least level something up. What is this sword? Agility and Thunder. Okay. And he decides to keep it. Oh, there is also a freebie here. I forget. There is also the freebie chest. And what does that freebie chest contain? A bow orb. Oh, joy of joys. Another friggin' bow orb. Piano paused and just from muscle memory, almost decided to rope out and go, wait, I have one boss I can fight. All right, Choco getting his 2,000 gold here. All right, if this is not the whip or the Flammie Drum, this is a dead end for Piano. And it's the same boss that we saw in Undine Cave, because these bosses are the same, because they're coded as the same boss. Choco now starting his fight against the Tonpole here at Boreal Face. Meanwhile, at Tonpole, is a bull. All right. And the Minotaur goes down. Let's see what our drop is. Once again, if it's not a whip or the Flammie Drum, then it's time to backtrack. The javelin. Okay. All right, so Piano doesn't keep that. Doesn't keep any of the stuff in Ice Country. Goes all the way back to Kakara. Wow. All right, so I guess we're going back to the start of the game. You know what? Hey, incredible use of an of a save there. And scumming back to undo an entire continent of adventure. Worth. All right, so Piano's headed back to Matango, and Choco still has a good bit to do here in Ice Country before deciding that this was a foolish choice and heading back, doing the same thing. He made a save at Kakara earlier. So with the axe, we can at least get the freebie here at Matango. And that's it. Can't do anything else. All right, Choco gets a boomerang orb and is going to get a big ol' nothing from the furnace and is continuing on to Ice Palace, where dreams will be dashed. Ooh, we got fancy overalls, and we also have tiger cap. Choco dragging an unconscious girl through the snow. Come on, we got places to be. All right, what is our freebie chest here? And Matango? A boomerang orb. Okay, so this is not the answer. Choco picking up the freebie here. It's a bow orb, but he's not going to keep it. I bet he's doing the same thing. I'll go ahead and mark it, whatever. Piano making a hard save here. At Matango. So yeah, they could turn in the Wind Seed. They could go to Elena's castle. What else is blocked by the axe? Early game. I think that's basically it. Can't do Earth Palace because they don't have the whip. Or the Earth Seed, for that matter. So yeah, I think that's it. Unless I'm forgetting something. They don't have the Water Seed either, so they can't turn that in. So yeah, it's turn in the Wind Seed or go to Elena's castle. Those are the last two checks. Choco dropping in and starting his fight with the Minotaur and getting a good crit there. Yep, Piano is headed to the Wind Palace to fight the boss here and turn in the Wind Seed. We are about to cross the 1 hour mark here. Super fun. We have a Oops Everything Gygus. We have a very wintry Gygus. It's not a frost Gygus. It's just white, like the snow. All right, down goes the Minotaur for Choco. And he will be getting, I think it was just a Javelin Orb. And will probably save Scum. Back to Kakara. Oh, the Javelin itself. Ooh, Choco keeps the Javelin. Okay. Alright. So he's got quite a ways back to get back. Okay. I mean, it's another ranged weapon, which may be helpful, and it's another weapon to have in your arsenal to have different elements available once you level things up, considering the only damage you will be dealing is with the boy. But man, it's a lot of time to run back through here. Not really, I guess. Since you got the auto sprint, you're getting back to the cannon travel on this screen, so it's not a huge, or one more screen. With auto run on, it's not a huge time waste. And you can just go to Matango from here. There's no reason to go back to Kokara, so yeah, keeping the javelin and losing, what, like a minute, maybe? If that. We get a javelin orb from this Gygus fight, and Piano's about to turn in the wind seed. Hopefully this is something useful. Oh, there it is. The Flammie Drum and a sword orb. Alright. Piano can play the friggin' game now. Choco is gonna go check the freebie at Matango Cave first before going to the Wind Palace. Alright. I don't even remember. Where was that wind seed? Where was it? It must have been somewhere in the Empire, because otherwise they would have turned it in before going through that whole thing, going through the Upperland Forest and doing everything. Alright, Choco checking out the shop here and seeing some good, tasty treats. Piano coming back for the 2,000 gold that he save scummed. Good idea. Good looking out. Alright, where to now? So we need Salamando, we need the whip. That's it. We don't have hints for either of them. Okay, yeah, there are 2 freebies here in Dark Palace that Piano can snag with the axe. Choco picking up his freebie here at the Matango Castle. Boomerang orb. Alright, time to backtrack and head back to the Upperland Forest. A whip orb. Not the whip itself. Boo! Piano coming back in to get the chest behind the portcullis here. A glove orb. So, not the freebies here. And now Piano's running north to Mandala to maybe check the shop, but also get the hints. Nope, not even checking the shop. Just for the hints. Give me the hints, and give me a good hint. Just tell me where the stuff is, and I'll go do it. Choco is now headed up to the Wind Palace to turn in the seed, and that is the answer. So we'll be fighting against the Gygus in just a second. Salamando is late game. Oh man, that could be anywhere. Yeah, we know we need Salamando. Everybody keeps telling us we need Salamando, but luckily we have a hint now where Salamando could possibly be. So no hint on the whip, though. So, late game could be, could be Pure Lands. Could be Pure Lands. It could be the Sunken Continent, which is undersea area, as well as any of the bosses along the way. Or, Salamando could be, you need the whip to get to the second floor of the Grand Palace, and it's in the chest. Inside the Grand Palace. It could be Gold Island. It could be here at Taznica, where Piano is right now. It could be the freebie either on Turtle Island or at the Lighthouse. I guess Moon Palace is considered late game as well. Basically anything that you would normally do after finding the Flammie Drum in vanilla. Alright. Piano fighting against the Dark Stalker, which unfortunately makes more Dark Stalkers. All right, there it goes. Boom. All right, there's the gold key. See here, Tail, early game area, already found that, King. We're well aware. All right, Choco, finally, is going to be picking up the Flammie Drum, yay, and a Sword Orb. Thrilled as can be. And is going to heal up and make a save. Piano coming to Turtle Island. What do we have at the freebie here? The Boomerang, okay. Choco taking a little bit of time to level some spells up. He has 3 seeds and Lumina, so it has some attack damage that he can dish out. Attack magic, rather. So Piano getting that, taking that brand new gold key, and immediately going to the Gold Island to crack open the tower. Our first chest is a Spirit Orb, and Piano is not going to climb. Could have fought a boss and gotten the chest afterwards, but is not into it. Choco continuing to level up Lumina here against this poor kimono bird, just taking laser after laser to the face. Piano climbing the lighthouse to talk to Picard. What do we have here? It's a Sword Orb. All right. Well. Where to now? Piano coming to Sunken Continent. Has the... So these are boss fights that have to happen anyway, but also has the Dryad Seed, so could go ahead and clear all this out. And it is a very bright vampire. And Choco's now finally taking off for the first time on the back of his new dragon and is doubling back. Oh, okay. This should be a Sword Orb here at the top of the lighthouse. So he's going through and getting all his freebies. That axe is just straight up strength. Strength and confuse. No, no elemental properties. Oh yeah, we're fighting friggin' Lumina Bat. The Holy Bat. Don't you know that you're supposed to be afraid of Lumina? And you're just throwing it all over yourself. Bing! I like the big ol' physical damage sound. All right, Choco on his way now to Dark Palace. Gonna pick up these 2 freebies here. Choco going through Dark Palace and hitting the switches. That's switch number 1. Just in case he needs to come back here with the whip and the Dark Seed, just setting everything up. That is the portcullis switch. And here's our first chest. It's a Whip Orb. And Choco continuing on. Oh, there's that the hidden monster in the wall on that screen that's there from the vanilla game. Got turned into something and cast a wall on itself. The wall, the monster in the wall cast a wall. And Choco getting here and going, oh, dang it, I don't have the whip. My bad. Just on autopilot going, well, I'm in Dark Palace, I'll go through and do Dark Palace. Forgetting that he did not actually have the whip yet. Picked up a Whip Orb. Not the same. All right, Buffy goes down. Choco picking up the chest behind the portcullis, getting a Glove Orb. And is out of here. Is he going to go check the hints at Mandala as well? Yes, on his way to Mandala, just right next door. And what is the drop here? We're going to get a single weapon orb, and then 2 drops from turning in the Dryad Seed, a Spear Orb. Choco going to check the shop here at Mandala. Piano did not do this, so let's see what he missed out on. There's a Javelin Orb and a Midge Mallet. Okay, well, something. And what do we have here in the back at Hexus? It is a stone bird. I think it's axe beak, but stone. Or it could be... Oh, that's dark. I thought it was going to be more purple to be dark. All right, Choco going through and getting these 7 hints here at the orbs. Yeah, Piano's doing what I would do in the seed and full commit to just buffing the boy. All right, Dark Beak, Darkwing Duck goes down. Choco coming now to the southwest of the world to go fight the Darkstalker at Taznica. Let's see what the drop is here behind the Dryad pedestal. We got a Whip Orb and an Axe Orb. Okay, and that boss will be saved because that boss is necessary to fight in order to open up access through the Grand Palace. Choco fighting a different beast here. Uh-oh! Well, that makes that Bull Bear unconscious, which means it can't get hit, so he has to either wait for it to wake back up so he can punch it in the face again. It's just the way the animation... Some enemies, when you sleep them, they... you can hit them again. Some enemies in their slept animation are invincible. A Boomerang Orb. Are we continuing? No. Salamando is late game. Could be here. Could be undersea. Could also be at the watermelon fight that Piano didn't do at the top. Choco landing now at Turtle Island. And gets the boomerang. Piano coming back to Matango for reasons. I guess shopping. This is where... Is this where the tiger cap was? Yeah. 2, please. Choco now going to Gold Island to at least get the first check here. Picks up a Spear Orb and does not decide to climb either. Even though that second chest could be Salamando. Salamando is late game. But it could also be a big old ball and nothing. Alright, Choco now coming to the Sunken Continent. And we'll be fighting the light Buffy. We'll walk in and go, oh, never mind. What? I don't know. He's backing up. He's undoing this. Piano upgraded some weapons at Watts and is now making a hard save. Choco coming back to Pandora. Is there... There must be... I don't know what it is. What is going on? What is this? What is this decision here? I don't know. It just made a save. Maybe wanted a cheaper place to stay. I don't know. Piano now coming back to the Sunken Continent after getting some weapon upgrades. And also making a save. So if this is nothing, he can just save scum this boss fight. We've got a bright light dragon. And Choco is going to be going to Undersea area first. Choco picking up this chest. It is a boomerang orb. And is he going to continue? Yes. Okay. So Choco taking that axe and continuing through the undersea area. Piano fighting this boss first. Okay, let's see what this drop is. Choco hitting the first switch in the waterfall. It's just water on the ground, but because two-dimensional flows from top to bottom, it's not actually a waterfall. It's just a slip and slide. is more accurate. All right, we have Kettlekin, a bow orb, and a boomerang orb. Yep, there it is. I was like, you made the save. Are you resetting? We have I can't tell if this is, I mean, if this is a Dryad Kilroy, or if it's something else just because he's underwater and it's changing the tint. Either way, Robot's almost dead. One more big crit like that, and this boss is donezo. There it is. All right, first boss in Undersea Continent done by Choco. Piano coming back to... Ah, yes, nobody's done Elena's Castle. So Piano's come back to the beginning of the game to go through the Haunted Forest. A whip orb and nothing. Are you going to continue? Yep, okay, Choco is going through the entire sunken continent. I'm trying to remember the last time he saved. He maybe that if this is nothing, he just save scums these boss fights. Alright, so Piano has made it to the castle. Choco taking a second to level up some weapons here at Watts. Let's see what our sword is. Intelligence and fire. Alright, yeah, Choco is just setting everything on fire. Just everything must burn. Kind of day that he's having. Piano will also be the first one to get the hint here at the doll on the table. Let's see what we got. Oh my gosh. Wow, okay, so Choco is in the right area for Salamando, and it's going to be at this last boss here. Oh, we got a snake here. Cool. This is a great place for a snake. However, we still don't know where the whip is, so maybe the whip is vanilla and it's in one of the chests. All right, Choco hits all the colored switches here and is on his way now to, I think the next stop is the subway. Yeah, snake fight in Elena's Castle is annoying just because it's off screen for such a long time. There's not a whole lot of movable area to fight it. But Piano's doing a good job keeping it aggroed and keeping it nearby. And that new armor, the fancy hats are really doing their job, holding things down. All right, here comes Choco's sprint to the front of the subway. Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. I've got to get to the bathroom. Sees it, crosses the owl, changes to the girl, sacrifices the girl to get silenced, and then continues running with the sprite. Excellent change in characters right there. All right, the snake goes down pretty easily for Piano. Javelin orb. And let's see, is this our whip? Is this something else? Is this Undine? Like anything else? The Dark Seed, okay. And the Glove. All right, so nothing required, but it's nice to have another weapon and another seed. So Piano's going to save it, or is going to keep that. Choco now is going to be fighting a Dark Gygus here, and this will have Salamando. And Piano getting a great hint. That's another thing. Coming here and getting a seed, getting another weapon. You got a glove, whatever. Okay. Actually, the glove, if you wanted to cheese it up the ramp at Fire Palace, but that's unnecessary because you know where the Salamando is. So there's no need to crack open into Fire Palace. Using the glove to punch up the ramp. So Choco is at the end of his quest through the undersea area while Piano is just starting his adventure. Has a couple of bosses to fight, has a long way to run. But this will be, he knows for certain that this is going to be Salamando. And so it's a good thing when Choco came here first and he decided to commit that he's going to get rewarded with Salamando. But then, the last thing, where is that whip? Is it on the third character? Is it just somewhere else out in the world? We don't have a hint for it yet. All right, what else do we get for Choco here? It is a boomerang orb. And there it is, boom, Salamando magic, which is great to find. More magic damage that can be dealt by the girl. So, yeah, whip go mode. I don't think Choco's fought any bosses at the top of the ramp yet, or did I? Maybe so. I don't know. It's been a while. It's been a seed so far. I'm trying to keep up with all the info. All right. Yeah, Choco getting Salamando and immediately going, okay, Fire Palace. Boom. I have that info. I'm coming right back here to get into it. All right, first boss goes down for Piano. Gets a whip orb and nothing else but. So he then, of course, like, that could have been it because he just knows that it's undersea and sees that that is not Salamando, goes, oh, cool, I have to do the entire thing. At least he knows to commit to this. All right, our first chest in Fire Palace on Choco's side. It is 200 bucks. Yee. All right, now the next question. Can Choco continue in through the Fire Palace? Well, I mean, yeah, the answer is yes. He has all the stuff that can be cast. Yeah, he has it. It's Lumina. Like, he has Lumina, he has Salamando, he has Sylphid. The answer is yes. So Piano has a speed up cast and is zipping through. 1,000 bucks, so 200 gold, 1,000 gold. What is the third chest going to be? Choco can't turn in the fire seed because he needs the whip to do that. So we know that that can't be the whip location, but it could be here at this third chest. Maybe a javelin orb. Boo. Okay, Fire Palace was not the answer. 1,200 gold, though, so that's quite nice. All right, Piano's still running through the undersea area with all of the switches. Choco coming back to purchase anything in particular. Ruby, armlet, or whatever it's called. Armlet, helmet, whatever, bonnet for the girl. Good defense upgrade. And making a hard save at Kakara. And I have a feeling that this is where Choco is going to go somewhere, fight a boss. If he doesn't get the whip, saves come back to Kakara. And just keep doing that to keep the levels low. Because it has everything he needs. Just needs that whip orb. Here we go. Pure Lands. Joy of Joys. I mean, there are 7 drops here. One on each of these 6 bosses, and then at the mana tree itself. Alright, here comes Piano's fight against the Dark Gygus, and this will get, grant him the Salamander magic that he so desires. But then he'll have to go out and find the whip, too. First boss here in Pure Lands is... I don't know, some kind of... Is this... stone? I don't know what color difference this is here. Oh, it's... Oh, wow. Okay, well, that's fun. Yeah, it is a Luna... Rider. I couldn't think of what it was called. Brain stopped. Luna Mech Rider. Oh, man. Magic getting stolen. Only 1. That's fine. Yeah, that Moon Energy full heal was something to behold. All right, Piano. Are you ready to get your Salamander magic and a Boomerang Orb? All right. Piano just needs the whip as well. So who's going to find it first? Piano also has the Dark Seed. Could go turn that in. That's 2 checks. Could go fight the slime. Glove Orb and the Water Seed. Oh boy, another fetch quest to possibly do. All right, Piano hasn't been to the Fire Palace yet. This is going to be nothing except for a Weapon Orb and I like how Piano has Salamander now and is deciding to just cheese it up the ramp. Anyway. All right. Oh, we have a wall here. Outside at boss number 2. And this is... I don't know what kind this is. It looks like it is dark. Doom wall. But it could very well just be... gnome and just have a weird coloring, or be looking at the eyeliner on the wall. There's the sentence. It could be Undine. All right, so Piano picks up the first 2 chests, gets 1,200 gold total, and the third chest will just be a weapon orb. Choco taking down the second boss here in Pure Lands. Let's see what he will be granted. Already picked up that Water Seed. And that Water Seed could be a thing. Oh no. But maybe not. Alright, boss number 2 gives us a Boomerang Orb and a Glove Orb. Alright, and Choco is continuing on through Pure Lands. Piano leaving Fire Palace after not finding anything at those 3 chests. Anything worthwhile. And is now headed to... Alright. Back to Gold Tower. Is going to make a save before climbing and fighting this boss to open up the second chest. Choco, boss number 3 here in Pure Lands, is a Luna Hydra? Question mark? Choco dishing out some great damage with his assured crits from Moon Energy. Absolute whirling dervish of a sprite with a sword. Alright, the first boss here is a Mech Rider in the tower. And it is on a... We have another Undine Mech Rider. Just like we saw at the top of the Northtown Castle. Alright, Choco dishing out consistently good damage. There it is. Alright, boss number 3 is down for Choco. And the Mech Rider goes down for Piano. Alright, let's see what our drops are for our runners. We have a Spear Orb and nothing. Uh-oh. Alright, 3 down, 3 to go for Choco. Hoping that the whip is somewhere here in Pure Lands. Piano getting a Javelin Orb, but may just save scum this, if this is not the whip. And the Moon Seed, alright, yep, saving that. Can go turn that in right now. Boss number 4 for Choco is... what? We don't know. It's a Lich! It is the Moon Lich? Question mark. Or possibly Dryad. Yeah, Piano coming to Moon Palace. Yeah, it's a Luna Lich. Neat. Piano coming to Moon Palace to turn in this newly found Moon Seed ASAP. And no matter what the orb is, he'll be able to do it since he has all 3 castable elements from the girl. Alright, what does our Moon Seed get us? A Glove Orb and a Javelin Orb. So, not the answer. Piano taking a second to think through, okay, what all do I have left? Do I, like, what do I have access to? To find this stupid whip. Yep, and he goes, well, I guess... there's a lot of checks. It's got to be here somewhere. Yeah, it's either here or turning in the Dark Seed. That's another thing that Piano could do. Alright, Piano starting the boss fight. Boss number 1 here in Pure Lands, while Choco is wrapping up his 4th boss fight against the Lich. What do we got here for Choco? It is an Axe Orb and a Glove Orb. Alright. And we're moving on. Choco, 4 bosses down, 2 to go. Piano just now starting his death march through Pure Lands, getting some incredible physical damage being output right now. Just having this, the auto crit and the fast charge. Alright, and here comes the Water Seed and a Glove Orb for Piano. 1 boss down, 5 to go. Choco about to run into the arena for the Thunder Gygus. Boss number 5 here in the Pure Lands. And what do we have here for Choco? It is a Gygus. A Gygus, eh? Gygus. What is this? This is... oh, cool, another Luna enemy. And everybody's small. So Piano has that Midge Mallet that Choco has not picked up, so if Choco... yeah. Choco is gonna run out of radishes to munch on. Wait, what did Piano do? Wait, did I miss something? Did Piano go turn in the Water Seed? What happened? That didn't happen. Oh, okay, I know what Piano did. No, never mind. What? What's going on? Oh, I see. Okay. Piano went back, I guess, was going to leave. I was watching Choco's screen. Was going to leave, then decided to stop. Make a save. Choco takes a reset against this Gygus. Is going to go turn in the Water Seed, and if it's nothing, can reload the save back in Pure Lands. I gotcha. That's a pretty big brain maneuver right there. So if this is nothing, he can just load back up right before the second boss fight in Pure Lands. Okay. There's a choice. And we have a bright white... everything Metal Mantis? Yes. All right, Choco takes down, has a much smoother second fight against the Moon Gygus. And Piano takes down the Metal Mantis, and maybe the Water Seed is the answer. Boss number 5 for Choco yields a Sword Orb and the light. Oh boy. Another thing to go turn in that is late game. Alright, here's a Boomerang Orb for Piano, and what else? $200 gold. The Earth Seed. A seed for a seed. Piano's going, oh, I could go do that. Like, that is a thing I can go. No, you can't turn the Earth Seed. Never mind, the Earth Seed is not the answer. So he didn't keep that. Yeah, Earth Seed is not, you can't turn that in because you don't have the whip. Piano did the same thing that I did, where it's like, oh, okay, well, I guess we'll keep the Earth Seed. And then, wait a dang minute. Don't have the whip to get to the end of the area. All right, Choco is fighting boss number 6 here. It's a green dragon that is sneaking up on him. Piano's starting his second boss fight here against the Doom Wall. He's dishing out some big damage against that left eye to shut it down, keep it from healing. Choco has cast a Moon Weapon, Luna Weapon, since he is fighting a Dryad Dragon to deal some bonus damage. All right, Choco is done with all of the bosses here in Pure Lands. We'll get something here and then go talk to the Mana Tree. And hopefully, one of them has the whip. A Javelin Orb and a Whip Orb. All right, is this the answer though? Okay, we will see in just a second after this cutscene whether or not this is the answer, whether this is, you had to do all of Pure Lands to get the whip. Piano takes down boss number 2 here. And we're going to see from Choco in just a second whether or not Piano should bail. Or get the Light Seed and go turn that in. You know? There's the boy. The boy could have the whip. The boy, in fact, is going to have the whip. Because all of the other weapons have been found. And the boy is a girl. So we have 2 girls. We have a sprite, who is the boy. And the boy has the whip. Oh my god, that sucks so bad. You have to go through all of Pure Lands to get the 3rd unnecessary character. Well, I mean, you have more energy, more mana to cast spells and stuff like that. Choco taking a second to dress up the newly found girl boy, gaboy, or possibly bagirl. Piano, boss number 3 here is Hydra. All right, Choco is in go mode. Is coming to Gold Island to do some shopping. What is here? Piano takes down the Hydra. And there's a Spear Orb and nothing. Alright, 3 more bosses to go for Piano to get go mode. Yeah, Choco's selling off all of his worldly possessions. In order to get what? I think he just came to one of the closest shops. You can't really get anything here. Reloading up on those medical herbs and getting some chocolate. Getting a couple of... couple of Fairy Walnuts. Piano now starting his 4th boss fight in Pure Lands against the Lunar Lich. Choco coming now to Pandora, trying to find some armor for this new character. Alright, boss number 4 goes down for Piano. Yeah, Choco coming back and getting a gold vest for how many characters? At least 2 characters, maybe a third? No. Trying to save up some money, I guess, for leveling up weapons before going to the end of the game. Alright, coming to the second shop. Not a whole lot here. Going ahead and just getting some cups of wishes and candies and saying, alright, we're good enough. Alright, boss number 5 here for Piano, who walks in with a ballooned girl into the fight. Cool start to everything, but is fighting this Lunar Frostgigus. And Choco is done shopping, is ready to go do the thing. Alright, Choco is first landing here. I guess the one difference here, while Choco is ahead, since he has the whip and is getting to Grand Palace first, he has not fought any of the bosses at the top of Grand Palace, which Piano has cleared those bosses out already. So those are 2 boss fights that Choco is going to have to deal with before fighting whatever's at Mech 3, which Piano will not have to deal with. So, timing-wise, potentially pretty even. It depends on how quickly Piano can get through this last boss, and whether or not he decides to do any shopping. Are you about to save and go turn in the Light Seed? No, just making a save. Okay. Oh, in case this has nothing, he can start there and save scum this last boss fight and go turn in the Light Seed. Gotcha. Alright, Choco is hitting orb number 3 here in the Grand Palace. And of course, we know what all of these are. They're everything that the girl can cast, which is Lumina, Salamando, and Sylphid. Third boss, or 6th boss for Piano goes down very quickly. There's a Javelin Orb and a Whip Orb, and Piano will go talk to the tree to pull the boy out of the tree. But more importantly, the whip out of the tree. Choco unlocking orb number 4 here in the Grand Palace. It's your boy, B, and the boy with the whip. And now Piano is also in go mode. So we'll see if Piano decides to do any shopping before, or is just gonna be like, whatever. This is a spare. This is not another character that I need to keep alive. Is gonna come to Matango, at least to get a, I guess a, Tiger Crown. I didn't even see what the chest was that Choco picked up at the top. It's not important. Yep. Fancy overalls, tiger crap. No other consumables. Interesting choice. I would have at least, like, while you're on that screen, like, get some stuff. Oh yeah, save the money first to level up weapons. Choco opens up the portcullis with a ranged weapon and is on his way to his 7th and final orb here in the Grand Palace. Piano thinking through stuff, leveling up weapons. Has a lot of orbs. A lot of leveling that can be done. And it's not going to check, it's just like confidently like, yes, okay. This is the money that I want to spend. I'm not going to double check what kind of weapons I just got. Load up on consumables. Alright, all the money has been spent. Choco is done with the orbs in Grand Palace. And has a couple of boss fights ahead of him to deal with. Piano getting the boy dressed. And is taking off. Alright, here's Choco's fight against the Lumina Vampire. A little bit of an oxymoron here. And Piano is not going to make any other stops. Is beelining right for Sunken Continent. Big crit here from Choco against the Vampire, against Buffy. Alright, Piano starting his run through the Grand Palace now. 7 orbs to hit, and then has already cleared out the 2 bosses at the top of the palace. What is menuing? Piano having a little bit of a problem. How do we do this? Alright, Choco takes down Buffy. Can turn in the Dryad Seed and has one more boss to fight behind the Dryad pedestal. Alright, 2 orbs for Piano. Here's a Javelin Orb and the Midge Mallet for chocosura, and he went, oh man, that would have been nice to have against that, Gygus. The Moon Gygus that I had to reset the fight against. Oh well, whatever. So here comes Choco's fight against the second boss here. This is a, I think, Dark Beak, not Earth. It's hard to tell with the coloring. But yeah, Spring Beak takes a big chunk of damage right there. Orb number 3 cracked for Piano. Another big crit from the top from Choco. Alright. Spring Beak goes down. And Piano comes in to hit the 4th orb. Alright, Choco will be our first runner fighting against whatever boss is at Mech 3. It's a spike. Ooh! The girl gets taken down, and it is a stone or dark spike? Hard to tell. Dark. So we've got a dark spiky tiger. What was at this place? There's a spear orb. I will mark the spear orb for both of them. That was that freebie chest on the upper floor of Grand Palace. Oh, so this is actually Spiky Tiger, not Blue Spike. Choco has taken some time to level up the girl's Lucent Beam, though. Alright, so Spiky Tiger goes down for Choco. Has a decent fight about it. Piano, 6 of the 7 orbs have been triggered. And he is sprinting around the the horn here. What do we have here at Mech 3? A bow orb and an axe orb. All right, Choco is ready to go to the end of the game. So whether or not he decides to take a little bit of time to shop, he's going to check his money. He's got almost 16,000 gold to spend if he wants to. Could go level up weapons. Could go take a second to hunt down some better armor. But knows that whatever he's going to be doing to fight the Mana Beast, he doesn't have access to Shade, and he doesn't have access to Mana Magic to get the Mana Sword revived. So he's just got to have a good weapon, and he has Gnome and Luna to buff the boy. All right, Choco taking a stop here at Kippo Village to shop. Piano sprinting to the back now. Oh, yes, a single needle helm. Worth it. Somebody is going to be so protected. Who's he going to give it to? Piano now starting his fight against the dark spiky tiger. Oh, and it's nap time for his compatriots. And yeah, Piano lets that boy, sacrificial boy, just die. Oh my gosh, okay, Piano does a very quick fight here against the spiky tiger. Choco now landing on the Mana Fortress. I did not see who he equipped that needle helm to. Did he equip the needle helm? I mean, I'm watching both screens. I may have just missed it. Piano gets a bow orb. And something else. No, he didn't equip the needle helm. Quickly gives it to the boy. Keep that boy alive. The boy Sprite. Sprite boy. And Piano is going to call down Flammie. And is this it? Is he just going to full send it? Yep, no shopping for Piano. He's just going to it. All right. Wow. So here we are. Both of our runners now landing on the Mana Fortress. Choco on his way to the first boss. Has a few more areas to run through. Piano just, instead of buying armor, just cast Defend. I've got two girl casting, like, support casting characters. I've got so much Defend. I've got so much Gnome and Luna that I can cast on everybody. You don't even know. Alright, Choco is about to drop into the first boss here in Mana Fortress, and it is Gorgon Bull. It's the monochromatic bull. I don't know what it is. Gorgon Bull. And it is, oh man, everybody's on fire. It is a Salamando Gorgon Bull. That's pretty rough. Piano just like in his wild swinging to get through the crystals, just cuts down a Griffin hand. Choco, everybody on fire, losing a character, decides to reset this fight. So now our runners are neck and neck this fight against the Gorgon Bull. Piano runs in, doesn't even, just walks in. Hello, allow me to introduce myself. Slaps him in the face as soon as he crosses the threshold. No hesitation. Oh, okay, it's not Salamando. It is an everything. It is a white Gorgon Bull. So we've got multiple elements that it can cast. All right, Piano's now in phase 2 against the bull. The boy dies. Choco's boy is asleep. Uh-oh, and then the Sprite is petrified. You can't hit anybody with a statue. You can't hit anybody as a statue. All right, quickly tries to undo that. Piano takes on the Gorgon Bull first, has passed Choco. Choco's having a time. There it is, okay. All right. So our runners are only about 10 seconds apart right now. And what are we getting here? Oh boy, a Spirit Orb. Quick, go back down to the surface and get Watts to level that up. Man, this has been a slog. This has been a lot of stuff. The seed is almost over. Dread Slime, Lich, and... or whatever is going to be at the Lich fight. And then Mana Beast is all we have left to do. Alright, here comes Piano's Dread Slime fight. Choco, almost there, has just another room to run through. Hit the switch, and we'll be starting his fight momentarily. Alright, Dread Slime goes down for Piano. A lot of good crits. Choco is set up in a good way to continue obliterating the Dread Slime. Quickly getting some more crits back. And probably just one or two more big swings like that will take down the Dread Slime. And what does the Dread Slime drop for us this fine afternoon? Another Spirit Orb. Alright, Dread Slime goes down for Choco as well, and he will be picking up a Spirit Orb. Gonna go ahead and mark that for him. Piano, recasting Speed Up on the Sprite, and zipping through on the way to the end of the game. Up! Getting stopped real hard by this rude Wolf Lord. Alright. Piano also taking a moment to cast Defender. Choco picking up his Spirit Orb. Running through. Another thing is that what we've only seen a little bit of it affect our runners, is having these random enemies that, like, Piano got stopped by that Wolf Lord and had to take a second to dodge all the characters around it and everything like that, and also getting stopped here on the bridge. Choco not fighting the same enemies because the enemies' spawns are randomized. Piano also getting stopped by an explosion. So that can potentially weigh in on a little bit on the timing of our runners. Alright, Piano, first one into the Lich fight. It is a dragon. Is Frost Dragon? No, I don't know what this green underbelly is. This is a Dryad Dragon. Big damage there. So it is definitely a Snow Dragon. Wow, this race is close. Oh my gosh, 2 hits. Double tap that dragon and he's dead. Choco taking a little bit of time to cast some... Okay, so it's a Luna. Oh no! Choco cannot catch a break with these friggin' Luna bosses. Everybody gets moogled. It sucks. He's just got the worst luck with immediately running in against a Luna enemy and getting Lunar Magic cast. Alright, there's a big crit right there. Not as much damage as Piano was doing. Piano was hitting harder. I think has a higher level sword. Alright, here comes the fight against the Mana Beast. Choco fighting the baby Mana Beast, this little bitty dragon. Oh, and there's a crit. All right, Snow Dragon goes down for Choco. He is done with all of the bosses except for the Mana Beast. We're crossing the 2-hour threshold for this seed. And Piano is getting everybody set up, ready to try and survive against the Mana Beast onslaught. Is going to have to fight it face-to-face, sword to claw. Sword against laser. All right, Choco now getting some enemies buffed up. Piano giving a big trip 9 with the moon magic. And yeah, moon magic and moon energy, so extra crits and extra damage against this mana beast. Oh, gotta keep that boy alive. Gotta keep that boy alive. Continuing to get healed up by just swinging the sword. Oh my gosh! That was one cycle. Piano takes down the mana beast in a single cycle. All right, here comes Choco's fight. Wait, the mana beast still hasn't shown up. GG's, Piano takes down the mana beast first. Wow. Incredible fight. Incredibly efficient fight from Piano. Finishing the race with a time of 2 hours, 1 minute, 22 seconds. GG's. Here comes Choco. Doing the same thing, having a mana or a Luna sword and Luna energy. Dishing out, there's a good 1,000 damage from those 2 hits combined. And Choco also taking a step down with the Sprite so that the other characters are closer and will hopefully grab aggro. Dealing some good damage. Oh, no! The beast flies away, and Choco has to wait for another pass. Oh my gosh! And see, that's another thing, is timing with a mana beast could be randomized between the runners of how long it decides to stay there during each sequence. So Choco's got to cast some spells and wait for it to loop back around. Probably was like one or two charged hits away, but now has to wait for this whole sequence to go through again. Ugh, that's frustrating. He was dishing out some great damage and just like, and he was doing it like charging up, like he was waiting his time. You know, the shortest amount of time that he had to wait with the fast charge and just like getting it charged up and immediately turning around and dishing out damage. All right, here comes phase, or pass number 2 rather, for Choco. And that may be it. Mana beast may have just gone down from that swing. Yep, there it is. Choco was 1 swing away. I mean, Piano got through it faster, but it sucks that it added another minute basically to Choco's time, having to do a second, not phase, but second cycle of the Mana Beast. But finishing the seed with a time of 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 25 seconds, a 2-minute difference. GG's Choco, GG's Piano, GG's to both of our runners. Wow, what a seed. Yeah, having to go and I'm trying to remember where the win seed was. I'm pretty sure that it was in Empire. It's in Northtown area. I'm trying to remember where it was. We found it actually, like, but having to go through all of the game, getting the axe, which was necessary in order to do undersea continent. And that's the thing. Get the axe to do undersea continent to get Salamando, hard required. Getting a cutting weapon and getting Flammie Drum to go do all of Pure Lands to get the boy with the whip at the mana tree, hard required. Like, just these super long sequences that were required in order to beat the game. Just fucking gross. And also no sprite, so you have to rely on doing physical damage. But luckily, getting the sprite, who's the boy, getting the girl, who's the girl, and getting Gnome and Luna very early on made the seed much more palatable, much quicker. Being able to just go through and do fast charge from speed up and get those auto crits from moon energy. I mean, that's what you had to do. Luckily, the game was kind enough to give you that stuff early on. Yeah, just just having to do like those super long sequences just made it gross. And Piano, luckily getting that hint from Elena's castle that Salamando was at Undersea Continent and going like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna go there first. And after opening up the chest, fighting the first boss and going like, oh, I have to do this. I have to get to Kettlekin boss. in order to get Salamando. I know it's there. And meanwhile, Choco's just like, I'm at undersea continent. I guess I'll do everything while I'm here, clear everything out. And it worked out. He got Salamando just by doing that. So that was nice. Yeah, what a rough seed. Having a good bit of backtracking that was required, as well as, like I said, the boy with the whip at Mana Tree and Salamando at Kettlekin. Just two very long sequences that you had to do that were required. But both of our runners did everything very well, very efficiently with the tools that were given to them. Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with who bought like upgraded weapons more and stuff like that, but it seemed like they were going through stuff pretty quickly, at kind of the same rate. Both of them took time to buy better armor, upgrade weapons, so yeah, well run by both people today. All right, that is it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to this commentary. If you would like to play the Mana randomizer for yourself, there's a link down in the description of this video that'll take you to the website, allow you to get to the program, to allow you to generate seeds for yourself. If you want to join the community and ask some questions about how to set things up for the randomizer, if you want to run the weekly seed yourself, if you have any questions about some people that are very knowledgeable in the speedrunning community or the randomizing community, there is a link to the Secret of Mana randomizer Discord as well in the description of the video. Come hang out, say hello, ask some questions. We would love to see you there. You should also go check out chocosura and PyanoTheYoshi. Their channels are listed below in the description. Go say hello to them, go give them follows, support them. Thank you so much to both of them for letting me use their VODs in this recast for this commentary. And that is it for me. Thank you for tuning in and watching, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.